Okay, so I'm going to be doing my lubrication practical on my 2015 Hellcat. Okay, so our oil pressure sensor is located behind this alternator radiator. You can't really see it right now. We use this sensor so we can determine how much the oil pressure is in the system. Our oil cooler is located right here in the front, the black one. We have oil coolers so our oil stays cool, and it helps to recirculate the cool oil through the system. Our oil filter is located on the bottom near the oil pan itself. Our PCV valve is located right here. From the valve cover, it goes to the supercharger itself. The reason we use a pressure relief valve is so when we have too much pressure in the system, the pressure relief valve opens up and it dumps some of the oil back into the oil pan, and then it recirculates like that. If we have too much pressure in the system, it can cause extensive damage to any of the engine components. The way we test the oil pressure gauges is by hooking up an oil pressure tester. And we hook up the oil pressure tester to the oil pressure switch or the sender itself, and we run the car at operating temperature, and this will let us determine if we have a faulty pickup tube or oil pressure switch or oil pressure relief valve. I actually had a problem with this. I had a Hemi before, a Chrysler 300. It was dropping in oil pressure on the gauge, showing me that my oil pressure was really low. So I hooked up an oil pressure tester to the oil pressure switch itself and ran it at operating temperature, and I determined that the oil pressure sensor was faulty and that the oil pressure was actually it was running at the right temperature, and so I had a faulty oil pressure switch, which I changed, and everything after that was good. So this is it for my lubrication practical. Hope you enjoyed.